How do clothes affect how you see a person? Clearly, somebody's personality extends far beyond their clothing. However, clothes do help to create a first impression of someone when you first meet them. Think about how you dress for the first day of school versus how you dress on the last day. There's definitely a difference, and you send a message about how you view yourself to your peers and your teachers by what you wear. Clothes are important because they showcase how we want to portray ourselves to others. Let's look at an example of clothing choices to see what kind of ideas an overall outfit can give us about a person. Here's a screenshot from the Hunger Games. As we can see, these two characters are portrayed to the audience in sheer contrast of one another. We have a different understanding of both Effie and Katniss in this still shot, and their clothes are the main factor of our perceptions. If I had to ask you to describe Effie, how would you describe her? Think of a couple of adjectives that would really hone in on Effie's character as is portrayed by her clothes. Specifically, think about how different her character looks than that of Katniss. What words would you use to describe Effie's outfit against Katniss's? For me, I thought of the word superficial when looking at Effie's clothing. She doesn't seem like she is portraying her true self at all, and it's like her clothes are actually hiding her. Another word that I thought of was extravagant. Effie has many flowers and ruffles in her outfit, and it looks really costly next to Katniss's. Her large flower headpiece also adds to the dramatic flair of her clothes and suggests that she is really over the top. Now, take a moment and look at Katniss. What adjectives would you use to describe Katniss's outfit? I would describe Katniss's outfit, which consists of only her dress, as being simple. Especially next to Effie, we can see just how plain Katniss's outfit is. Another word that I think of when I look at Katniss is genuine. Katniss presents herself in her only pale blue dress, and the dress is very plain in comparison to Effie's attire. She shows herself instead of trying to focus on her clothes. We can all also see that these outfits could be pretty or unappealing to us. Do you think that Effie's outfit is prettier than Katniss's? Or maybe you think it's the other way around. Well, either way, these outfits give us a basic understanding of these two characters, and they are unique ways of clothing the two women. The clothes allow us to draw our own conclusions about the characters. What does all of this talk about Effie and Katniss's fashion choices have to do with anything at all? Well, the way that Effie and Katniss have chosen to clothe themselves allows us to draw some conclusions about their personalities. Thanks to their physical appearances, we can begin describing the two characters because we personally have gained an opinion of how they are portrayed. For example, Effie has the money to spend on clothes of luxury, so she is likely of the upper class of society. Both Effie and her outfit seem very extravagant. And contrastingly, Katniss is dressed very plainly next to Effie, and that suggests that she's of a lower social class and cannot afford the lavish clothing that Effie has. The comparisons go on from there. Altogether, the clothes that Effie and Katniss are shown in portray a certain image of their characters to the audience. The clothes are setting up how we are going to understand the characters. Similarly, when an author uses specific words to create an understanding of a subject or a character, they are dressing up their ideas in a certain way so that we understand what the author sees about the subject and how they want us to see it. When an author picks out certain words, or when an author uses different types of diction, they create a sort of outfit for their subject. This outfit of words, so to speak, it helps formulate an understanding of a topic to the reader. The outfit of words that the author has selected, or the author's word choice, is called diction. Some diction choices are quirky in certain novels, and some are very basic. It just depends upon who's writing the book, or the short story, or the article, and what subject they're talking about. However, an author's diction is used for a purpose regardless of how it's presented. It is so we can get a better understanding of a subject or a character as the author wants us to view it. Together, we will look through some text to see how to pick out and analyze important, striking diction that helps us shape an understanding of how a text is read. Much like how we picked apart Katniss's and Effie's outfits, we can pick apart an author's diction to have a more thorough and deeper understanding of what they are writing about and what they want us to internally understand from it.